I feel like a lot of you are weighing your options, are weighing the pros and cons of two major, possibly three major choices that you have in your life, whether or not to stay where you are, stick with the status quo, or emerging on a new path. I feel that a lot of you are contemplating possibly two jobs, two business ventures, or ruminating over two ideas that you have. So I feel like you are at a point of a major crossroad, and I feel like it is related to career finances. For a lot of you, there might be hopes, desires to get pregnant, to have children, to expand the family unit as well. If that is the case, I do feel dreams coming true when it comes to expanding the family, or dreams coming true regarding pregnancy or longing for children, okay? I do feel that there is going to be heightened emotions coming through for this month. I do sense that a lot of the times you are kind of, I feel you're straddling between the old and the new. And I feel that the new looks very exciting with many, many new opportunities. So this could be, contemplating a relocation, a move, or maybe just a change in scenery. But I do feel that you are kind of at a point where you realize as well that these are not just, minor life decisions. I feel like major life decisions are in store for you. And as a result of it, you are thinking pros and cons, you're making lists as well. And you are at a point where you are possibly even worried about finances, okay? You are thinking of ways to balance out your financial situation, as well as figuring out ways to stabilize your financial foundation, which is a very, very good, solid energy. What I'm also sensing is for those of you with children, I do feel some type of situation that could be emotional, revolving around family, particularly children, younger people, children, dealing with children that might have emotional issues as well. I was getting a lot of this energy in terms of like the Virgoing reading that I just did, and I feel like you both are encountering similar energies. So especially if you're on the cusp between Leo and Virgo, between that Leo Virgo cusp, what I do sense is that that energy is coming through very prominently for cuspers who are dealing with children, who are dealing with like how to better manage resources so that you can provide the lifestyle for the children, as well as stabilizing your own financial foundation so that you're not shuffling around so much in the future. What I do feel as well is when it comes to, for those of you who are trying to stay in the same place, there is some stagnation where you are, mainly because of health issues. So concerns over health within your family unit, for yourself or for other people, especially pertaining to children. It's coming up very prominently. So let's see what is in store for you. Give me just a second. Let me just see what's going on here. Excuse me. It is springtime, so there are lots of allergens in the air. So I've been sneezing nonstop. So excuse me if I sneeze throughout the reading, okay? So let's talk about your financial situation first. We do have here the Ten of Pentacles as well. I'm sorry, the Two of Pentacles as well as the Ten of Cups. Now, the Two of Pentacles is a situation where you are potentially weighing out the pros and cons, where you are managing, where you are like struggling as well, shuffling around in order to keep the family unit together, in order to keep things afloat, in order to maintain this idyllic type of a marriage situation, okay? There might be disharmony within the household unit. And I do feel that, as the pillar of the family foundation, you are very, very much committed into making a situation work. So a lot of you, I feel almost like you have this energy of Atlas. You're carrying the burden of the world on your shoulders. You're trying to accommodate everyone. And a lot of you have very, very strong emotional ties to the family unit. So that could be your childhood home. That could be the home that you are creating for yourself, the family situation that you are creating for yourself. I do feel that, children growing up very rapidly, I do feel that financial resources are draining as well, as a result of them growing up very quickly. And because of it, I do feel that you're trying to find ways to, manage the responsibilities of being a parent, being a worker, being a mother, father, being a wife, husband. And I do feel that these things are going to be there's a like a balance, a very, very fine balancing act that you are going to have to struggle through for this month in order to keep the family unit floating, functioning, and in order. Okay, a little bit of a disheveled energy surrounding the home environment. A lot of things are happening, and I do feel that just make sure you take care of your health situation. And health encompasses more than just your physical health. Make sure you are in a state of mind where your partner is chipping in and that everyone is doing their fair share of the work. Otherwise, it can take a toll on the relationship, the significant relationship that you have, as well as your mental health. Okay, so keep that in check. What I'm also sensing is for a lot of you, there might be some type of travel arrangement, like travels. A lot of you might have a lot of people in your own exclusive home environment or family unit. And there might be some vacation plans, there might be some travel in the picture, but I feel that finances are a little bit short. There might be a lot of people, so then as a result of it, the financial arrangement in terms of allowing everybody to travel, it requires a little bit of dithering, it requires a little bit of compromise back and forth, and juggling things a little bit in order to make ends meet so that you can physically travel together as a unit. The other side of this is I just feel a lot of expenditures as well happening in the home environment, as well as navigating all the energies, disparate energies of other people in the home environment in order to make it harmonious, okay? Don't drop the ball this month, but at the same time, go easy on yourself. Make sure the other partner that you're in the home with are also reciprocating. I do feel like there's a single parent energy here where you are potentially driving the children back and forth between you and your former spouse's house, or the father or the mother of the children, and as a result of it, there's a very busy energy connected to children overall. In terms of your communication, we have the Page of Swords as well as the Five of Wands. Now, there is an unnecessary conflict that is brewing in your midst, and it is telling me that it is smart for you not to even engage in it, okay? It's an unnecessary conflict. It is avoidable as well. So I feel like you are getting embroiled into a long-standing situation with another person. This can be in work, household environment, especially pertaining to rowdy children or some unruly element within the family unit. Or it can be, I feel like more so on the work front or amongst children, if you tend to have like three or more children, okay? If you have like a blended family as well, a lot of discord might start to show up where the children are not getting along with each other. Just know that it's not a deal breaker. I feel like this is a temporary energy where people's tempers are flaring for no reason, but they are also going to calm themselves down. So this is not a situation that is going to be prevalent, pervasive, or prevalent throughout the entire month. And this is just, minor irritations that we're dealing with either in the work front, dealing with other people we are collaborating with, or dealing with younger people like children and things like that. What I'm also sensing is you are being, pulled into this situation, and it's totally avoidable. Okay, so do your best to try to figure out. I feel that for a lot of you, you might be relied upon to play mediator for this month amongst like some type of dispute. You are the voice of reason, so it is really important for you to try to maintain fair balance and be, see both sides of the story. Don't jump to conclusions, okay? You might be called out to be mediator, so try to play devil's advocate, try to look at both sides of the story, and at least, have the whole story first before you jump to conclusions about anything pertaining to like a resolution or some type of a judgment call, all right? Now, the next card here, we do have the Tower as well as the Four of Cups. And I am going to say this is more on the relationship front, okay? First of all, The Four of Cups is in this spread, it is a situation where we are ruminating, we are thinking about something and we're not taking action on it, okay? With the Tower card, the Tower indicates some type of a breakdown, some type of a I guess like a 180 turn around, unexpected turn of events when it pertains to the household environment. So for a lot of you, there might be some financial worries and things like that coming in from the house environment where the house might have physical problems with it, might have structural problems, or there could be some type of a dispute surrounding the home environment. What I'm also feeling as well is I feel like a lot of people circulating around you. You know, it is the summertime, so we tend to have like a lot of family gatherings, graduations, and, you know, just a lot of very, very major family milestones as well. So this could, you know, create more opportunities for family members to meet up and come together. And as a result, we're dealing with a lot of like conflicting energy coming through from family members. What I'm feeling here is we've got an air sign as well. So it pertains to a person that is very different from us, you know, different element, different communication styles. So I do feel that it is really important for you, once again, to play mediator. You might be called upon to be like, you know, to play marriage counselor to a friend of yours or a family member of yours who are contemplating separation or marriage, okay? If you have children with somebody who's no longer in the picture, there might be some changes within the financial arrangement with that person, and they can no longer be paying alimony or child support in the manner that you'd hope. So I do feel there is some type of structural jarring issues within the household unit, within the physical location that you're looking at. I do feel this is something that has been in the picture, that has, you know, shown itself within the past 4 months, which indicates to me that you were trying to find a fair and best solution to this. And I feel like in the past you might not have acted on it because you were still thinking, you were still trying to formulate a plan. And then this is the month in which everything comes to light so that you can no longer sweep it under the rug, and then you have to address it as soon as it comes in. I do feel this is not a situation that you want to be caught in the middle of. So if you are nowhere emotionally or even tangentially related to the problem at hand, for example, if you're caught between two friends who are dating and they're no longer together, I do feel that if you're not related to that issue, or if it's, you know, you don't want to be the go-between or the middleman, it's important for you to draw the line, draw boundaries, and just tell the other person, the other couple, you know, like, I'm friends with you both and I don't want to have to choose sides. I do feel for a lot of you as well, if you are a little bit younger watching this, if you are put in a situation where there is some discord within the family and you might have to pick sides, don't pick. Just sit on the sidelines and let the situation boil over, because I feel that you are emotionally rattled as a result of it, but it's something happening around you. It doesn't directly pertain to you. So let it be and let the energy boil over. Let the parties that are immediately involved in it take care of it themselves, okay? There's no need to get worked up over somebody else's karma that doesn't pertain to you. So be careful about this, okay? Now, in terms of your energy, we do have the Prince of Wands as well as the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups indicates a situation where, so this pertains to love and relationships and contracts and things like that. So the Two of Cups indicates a coming together between two very, very like-minded energy. I do feel for a lot of you, you are potentially traveling to meet a romantic partner. You are traveling in order to reconnect with another person, in order to smooth some things out with another person. I do feel there is a lot of passion associated with this as well, which indicates to me a very strong sense of like physical chemistry, sexual chemistry, but also emotional chemistry between you and another person. It's the soulmate aspect, okay? For a lot of you, this might be an air sign, so Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And I do feel as well that it indicates to me, this is a situation, it seems to me like you've had some problems with this person in the past in order to, you know, reach some state of harmony. I do feel that you were a little bit, I feel like slow on the uptake. So you were sitting there thinking and overthinking and ruminating over this situation, like should I or shouldn't I? Should I go for it or shouldn't I go for it? Do I want to commit myself or do I want to just date very casually? So there has been something like that really, really stirs your passion, or another person that really stirs your passion, but I didn't feel that you were acting on it. You weren't sure-footed, and you're not really sure if this is something that you're ready to emotionally invest in. Because a lot of you have gotten out of troublesome situations. You were getting your financial situation in order. You had a lot on your plate. And as a result of it, you don't know if you want to re-engage with another relationship like this. For others of you, you might have recently gotten through a divorce, moved out of a home environment, or somewhat pushed out of a home environment. I feel that you were dealing with a very strong karmic connection with another person where, you have a very long rooted history. I do feel that if this is somebody from the past, I don't advise clients usually to go back to a situation from their past. But what I feel is happening here is you might be tempted to return to a situation from your past. So let me just say, up front, if it is a situation from your past and you feel like, okay, I have sufficiently grown, mature, and I know how to fix this problem. And here are some of the things in which I have grown, ways in which I have grown. Here are some of the new things that we can implement as a couple, as a unit. And the other person has sufficiently shown me that they themselves have matured, have grown, and have changed. If you can honestly tell yourself that, then try to go back and reconcile this situation. Take it very slowly and see how things are going to go. I do feel there is a very strong air energy. So this is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. There's also a water element associated with this as well. So this is going to be like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So if you're dealing with either one of those signs and it's a long-standing issue, make sure that both sides have sufficiently grown up in order to re-engage, okay? On the other hand, I definitely see new connections, new contracts coming through for you as a result of some type of a travel opportunity. If you have been having, if you're in a relationship, for example, and you have been quite stressed out, quite worried, I do feel taking a trip, like retreating with your significant other, will strengthen and reconnect the bonds between the relationship. What I'm also feeling as well is that take a little bit more time to really nurture your significant other, nurture the other person, and make some gestures to thank them for the things that they have, the value that they have added to your life, as well as the things that they have, helped you with in the past. Because I feel like this is the month in which gratitude is going to basically repair a lot of rifts, a lot of emotional distance within relationships, okay? On the other hand, I definitely feel some contracts finalizing. So if you are on a client basis, like you're working and you're trying to procure clients and you're traveling, you're doing either sales gigs, consultations, or you're doing some type of you're in some type of a work situation where you have to go out and make sure, land clients, make sure they sign contracts. A lot of contracts are being signed. A lot of success is coming through for you. Now, success is coming through for this month, but I don't feel the money is going to be equivalent to the success that you feel. The money is trickling in very, very slowly, so don't bank on this success and go and blow your money. Make sure that whatever, so for example, if you're getting like a lot of if you work on a commission basis and you feel like, okay, I've got like 15 deals that came through this month, and you go ahead and just spend the money that you're anticipating those 15 deals would bring you. I don't feel that's a good idea, because I feel there is a little bit of a delay when it comes to getting some type of royalty check, commission check, bonuses, winnings, earnings, and things like that. Okay, so take it very, very slow and don't spend recklessly, because I feel like the money is not coming in fast enough to replenish the rate in which you are spending. So curb the tendency to, project ahead of time how much money is coming through and how much I can spend based on what the money is coming through. So be mindful about that, okay, Leos? In terms of the advice, what I have here for you, I have 4 cards, and this Princess of Wands, this one came out together with the Six of Wands, so I'm going to read them together as a unit. So first of all, there is definitely a lot of guaranteed major success for you in the work environment. And I don't feel this is success that is falling on your lap. I feel that you've had to go out of your way. You have to make those phone calls. You've had to like really, go out and basically hustle in order for you to land all these contracts, in order for you to carve a little niche market for yourself, in order for you to attract the right types of investors, the right type of clients, the right types of portfolios, things like that. So a lot of diligent hard work on your end is paying dividends, and you're getting a lot of success, and you're getting a lot of work coming through, okay? For others of you who are stably employed, I definitely feel there might be a situation where you are like getting a promotion, or possibly two different promotions. One of them might be geographically like a little bit further from where you are working right now. The other one might be in the general proximity, and you are trying to weigh out, pros and cons. Like, do I want to take the further option, or do I want to stay where I am, or do I want to take the option that is, in my immediate environment? Because I feel like there is something about moving a family unit as a result of work, or contemplation about, work, geography, and family. So all of these things are in the picture as well, but I definitely feel a lot of success coming through on the work front, pertaining to your past efforts, your diligence, your hard work. And I feel like the charisma of your energy that you're bringing to the work environment paying off, and you're going to get a lot of accolades and very positive reception as a result, okay? A lot of you might be in a seminar, like you might be a speaker, you might use your voice, you might have some very like, you might have a huge following, or like a large audience that you're doing speaking engagements to, so you might bounce around quite a bit. And as a result, I do feel that there is some type of energy coming through where success comes through the way that you communicate with others. So you might be a public speaker, you might give seminars, you might give lessons where you are in the limelight, and you're showing people how to do something. Like you're passing on a skill set that you have to other people. You're showing people how to do things, and you're dealing with very young energy. So you could also be in the speaking, in the teaching profession as well. But you're going to get a lot of accolades. Be mindful about getting enough sleep, okay? I feel like a lot of bouncy energy. And as a fire sign, you naturally have a lot of energy, but you want to direct it towards, it's kind of like work smart. It's like working smart. So conserve your energy, but also like find a better streamlined way of exerting your energy so that you're not overtaxing yourself, okay? In terms of relationship aspects, self-esteem, and all of these things, there is definitely major reconciliation, healing within on a soul level. This is between another person and you. If you had strife in the past, I definitely feel there is some type of a reconciliation in which two people can sit down and hash out their differences. I definitely feel overcoming major strife coming through. I also feel that a lot of you are implementing a major move, transformation in your own life, in your own sense of self-worth, in your own sense of, how do I align myself so that I can pursue a path that is better for myself on a spiritual, on an emotional, and even financial level. So a lot of you are thinking long term, and a lot of you, unfortunately, I feel like there might be people you're living with that you have to move away from. There might also be, like, if you're dealing with some separations, a lot of that is going to, finalize this month, in which you're able to move on your own, because we do have a very solitary card, which is you at the end of the spread, which indicates a brand new phase, which indicates new messages coming through from other people. Going back to this soulmate connection, for a lot of you, you are making a new connection with very like-minded people. This can be in friendships, social network, professional networks, but also on the love sector as well. which means that you are starting to see your own self-worth, because by in the process of surrounding yourself with like-minded people, you are coming to a sense of, appreciating the gifts that you have to offer the world, appreciating the talents, the assets that you bring onto the table. So there is definitely going to be a boost to your self-esteem. But in the meantime, before this healing, this boost to the self-esteem happens, I do feel there might be some self-doubt. There might be some people dragging you back into old conflicts, okay? That doesn't need to happen. You can definitely avoid it. Don't get worked up. It's really important for you to, like, rather than jumping to conclusions or going into situation with the Knight of Wands here, it is really important to be strategic, to hold yourself back, and to, keep negative people out, or find smarter ways to mitigate or even avoid conflict, okay? So diplomacy is going to go a long way, actually. So very good energy coming through for you, Leos. Just get through like the first half of the month, from the 1st to the 15th, and I feel that some new doors and opportunities will come through for you, okay? So let's see what's in store for you on the love front. So usually I pull out 5 cards, and then if there are things that I need to clarify, I'll do those as well. I'll pull out like an additional card for each thing, each item on here that I need clarification on. So I'm going to pull out another card for the Six of Cups. This is a soulmate connection, a very, very strong soulmate connection. Okay. And then another one for the Devil. The Devil's in the reverse, which is a good placement for the Devil, because a lot of you are overcoming like old patterns of relating to another person, or a lot of you who are dating, you're out looking for a different type of people to date altogether. So you're letting go of situations where you're scattering your energies, okay? So there's definitely some movement happening for you on the love relationship front. So let's just say first, for those of you who are single and dating, okay? If you're not dating anybody exclusively, if you're just out there on the market, or if you're single and you're not even looking, I definitely feel this is a very, very good month for attracting other, people to date in general. We do have the Seven of Cups here, and the Seven of Cups indicates like basically a lot of options that are in store for you. As you can see, this man, he's almost like blinded by all of these options. Keep in mind, options are there, but it is our free will that will dictate who we are going to go with and who we are going to end up with. All of these options, all basically, it's telling me that all that glitter is not gold. So you want to be very mindful about directing your energy towards the right path. I do feel for a lot of you, for a while now, I feel like you have many suitors that are interested in you. You are a very dynamic sign, and without even having to lift a finger, you command a lot of attention. So it is really important for you not to scatter your energy and go down routes that are not good for you or are not positive for you. If initially you interact with somebody and you feel like for some reason the energy is not smooth, is kind of shaky, or is kind of like jarring, it is really important for you to take a step back and figure out whether or not the energy interference is coming from you or from them. A lot of the times, like from the initial first date or second date, third date or so, if the energy is very disruptive, it's pretty much the universe's way of telling you that maybe that person is not going to be on your wavelength, okay? So I feel it's really important to really, really hone down on the energies of the people that you're dealing with, and to see if the interaction is smooth or if it's a little bit abrasive or if it's a little bit jarring, okay? Now, I do feel crowning this reading here is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups, crowning this reading, is a lot of you are thinking about a person that you have a very strong connection with, okay? I feel like this is, one of those situations where it might be, first of all, let's talk about this interpretation, where you feel like you and another person are meant to be. But once again, I want you to read the energy. I want you to just, spend time, reflect over your interaction with them. Was it harmonious? Did you have to like over explain every single thing because they just don't understand things from the same perspective that you do? If that sounds familiar, it means it's a false soulmate connection. It means that it's a wishful thinking on your end because you have this mold and you're trying desperately to fit the other person into the mold, okay? Because what's coming through here is I do have the King of Swords in the reverse position. Be very careful for those of you who are dealing with an air sign. This person might be very, very intelligent. Air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. They might command a lot of, respect. They might be in a position of power. They might also be somebody who's very quick-witted, who is very, very funny. And I feel like they're just very intelligent. And I feel that you're mesmerized by them. And I feel almost as if they are larger than life in your eyes. So as a result of it, you want to be with them and you forming this picture about this perfect soulmate type of a union, and you're trying desperately to fit them into the picture. And so once again, if the interaction between you and this other person has been somewhat difficult, I want you to really re-examine if it's just wishful thinking on your end, okay? On the other hand, for a lot of you, you might have an ex that is an air sign, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, whom you have children with. If this is the case, I do feel there is some type of a reconciliation or some type of a reunion happening. There might be a party and you both are going to be there because, you have joint custody of children, or you have like mutual friends, or you might have even family members that are that you're still very close to with this other person. I feel like this might have been somebody from your past and they might be making a comeback into your life. I do feel that if it's from your end, a lot of you have outgrown this other person, this air sign potentially, and you are finding ways to have a harmonious, cordial relationship with them just to ease the transactions or just to ease the interaction between you and this person when dealing with children, okay? A lot of you are overcoming bad habits. And this means dating the same types of people over and over and over again. They might be different people, but the way the relationship unfolds, it's kind of like, the same energies over and over and over again. Where relationship were one-sided, where you invested a lot of your time, or where one party was like, scattering their energy between many, many people and keeping you in the dark about that. You can be the one doing this, or you could be the one this is done to. So somebody is like not being faithful. Somebody is like hedging their bets as well as scattering their energies among many, many people. I do feel at this point, a lot of you are making some major changes in your own life. And as a result of it, you're a lot more grounded and you're a lot more like, skeptical about, false options and false promises made to you, okay? A lot of you as well in the single department, you're letting your guard down and you're no longer in a position where you're feeling defensive. As a result of it, a lot of people are coming to you and they're very attracted to your energy. Others of you who were recently, like even last month, dealing with potentially an air sign, okay? I see a lot of sword energies here. So if in the past you have been dealing with an air sign and there was this constant struggle back and forth, you are overcoming it and you are going to find a new way to relate to them. And especially for those of you who are coupled up, if you're still in a relationship with either an air sign, let me see. Yeah, an air sign or an earth sign. So the air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, the earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There is definitely some type of, I feel like a discordant energy that might result in arguments and things like that. But I definitely feel that you both are re-engaging with one another in order to fix this problem. So once again, a lot of the times I feel like if you're going on, first dates, or if you're dealing with somebody extensively, and for some reason you just find out that why is it so hard for me to have a conversation with this person? I do feel it's because they're just not on your wavelength, and they're usually not on your wavelength, meaning they're not on your life path, okay? So you might be trying to fit like the wrong person into your life, or you might be coming up with this wishful thinking, idealistic like expectation, and you're trying to, fit the other person in it, and they don't belong there. So be very careful about wishful thinking, about fantasy versus reality. So I see a lot of like a lot of you singles, especially, coming back down to earth, having more realistic expectations, overcoming past energies where you keep dating the same people. You are branching out and you are looking at potential candidates outside of your usual type, which is a very, very good energy. A lot of you are still hanging on to somebody that, you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. And I feel like that is a situation that is, you're going to come to the realization that it's not going to work by the end of this month. And it's heavily indicated here that there is an air sign that you are doing this to. Okay, so Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, they might not be bad people, but in general, I don't feel the communication flowing very smoothly between you and this person. They might be a little bit authoritative. They might be prone to, showing off, trying to impress you, and making empty promises, but not having the ability to follow through. This is the month for you to sift the fact from fiction. All right. For those of you who are in stable relationship, I do feel some stressor on the work front, taking time from you, like quality time from you that you should be spending with the children or the significant other. Okay, so some type of work situation interfering in the quality time that you have, or even cutting your time short when you are spending with a significant other. I definitely feel that work projects are taking precedence instead of, love relationship. So make sure you try to balance that out and try to really carve out time for your significant other. All right. Um, I feel very strongly for a lot of you. There might be some temptation around you if you are in a relationship. There might be some temptations that is still circling in your environment, but you're making a conscious decision not to stray and to be honorable and to try to do the right thing. So I definitely feel that for a lot of you, it's taking a lot of inner strength from your end not to step outside of the relationship and not are coupled up, because I feel like some type of retreat together would bring you both together and to balance out, give and take in the relationship. Now, if you like a private reading, please visit my website with videos, and I'll come back as well for the mid-month reading. Okay, so enjoy the rest of, well, the first 2 weeks of your month, and wish you all the best. Be very, very patient when it comes to dealing with like conflict within your work environment. Okay, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.